What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Jason with Our Missouri Yard. So this is the second video in a series that videos we're gonna have throughout the year, primarily building up to our big event on June 30th, where our yard is going to be on the garden tour. And we'll provide a lot more information on that as videos go along. But yeah, it's our second video. We'll see how it goes. In my first video that we did, it just was a video about the history of the property. So today I'm going to give you a tour of the property. Well, a tour of the property. It's not like we have some big grand estate or anything like that. It's we have about 10,000 square foot of lawn, plus we have 13 flower beds. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of those. It's pretty ugly out there right now. I mean, it's February, so it's just not nice. But I'll give you a quick tour. I'm going to show you first a map of the property I drew out. Got it here that it's not real pretty. I'll give you that. I tried initially to do a view from Google Maps, but there were a lot of trees that were there that are no longer on our property, so it was blocking a lot of the view. So I just had to adapt to what I could and use the skills that I had and the programs that I had. So I drew something up in Microsoft Paint. So to give you an idea how good a quality it's going to be. So let me show it to you. All right, so this isn't the best setup in the world, but I'll give you a pretty good idea. You know, this is just my second YouTube video I've ever made, so I don't have all the nice equipment to give you a nice, really neat video here, or, you know, the lighting's not that great either. So this is the map of the whole property, and right here is the house. This gray area here is a house with a covered porch. Now in the first video, I was sitting right there on the porch, underneath the porch. And then down here we have what we call our barn. It's a big two-story, you know, external garage kind of thing. We use it for a lot of storage type space. So this is the driveway. There's a street here and a street up here. And then this is the driveway that comes in, goes the entire length of our backyard and then up into the garage here. And it has a little back area here to get to the barn also, and a way to back out and then go through the, back down the driveway. So our front door is here, so there's a front walk to the door, and this is what we call our shaded area up here, because about right here is, probably about right there, is a huge poplar tree. I mean, it's just huge. And in the summertime, when the leaves are full and big, and that thing has huge leaves. I can't wait to show them to you. I mean, they're just huge. It causes this whole area to be shaded. So this area here is shaded, and this whole area here is shaded. And then we just have one little bush there. I'm not even sure what it is. But we got the huge popular tree there, and then just some other things in there, shaded plants. Heather will have to go over those for you when we get to getting the plants and the flowers and stuff like that. She'll tell you all about them. And then we go over to this side of the house that we have a really, really bad shape retaining wall that goes down here. It needs to be completely redone, and it's just in bad shape here. This area, surprisingly, during the summer, it gets full sun. So we originally thought it was a partial sun because the way the sun rises and sets in the spring and in the fall is set different than what it is in the summer. But in the summertime, this guy here gets hit with full sun. We got a little tiny retaining wall here. And then this is the area we call just our next to the driveway area, I guess, side of the driveway. It's in rough shape. I mean, just horrible. There's nothing. It's just full of weeds. It's just bad shape. We're going to have to bring in some dirt to level that out. I don't know. It's just ugly right now. And then down here on the side of the barn, that's just my dumping zone where, you know, I'm lucky enough to have a place where I just dump stuff. So any extra dirt I have, any tree limbs, branches, sticks. I mean, I get tons and tons of sticks throughout the year. So I just dump those back there. And then eventually when I get a big pile of them, I load them up on my trailer and take them off to the yard waste area. That's just the ugly dumping zone there. Then we have a raised flower bed here. And then on the back side of the barn that we rarely ever see, that we got another bed there. Right, and this is what we call our backyard. This long area here, it's about 3,000 square feet. And right here is a pretty large redbud tree that this actual garden doesn't actually exist right now. We're going to be putting it in this spring and planting a lot of flowers there. There's a fence that goes along here. It's like a 6-foot privacy fence that we put in last year. So this area is shaded too, so there'll be some shaded plants there. And here right along the road we have a large planter area. We go across the driveway, and this is our dog pen area. There's a little fence there, the lighter black line there. And the dog area is roughly 1,300 square feet, pretty give or take. This is one large planting bed here. We got a couple big evergreens, a couple evergreen trees here, different bushes, that kind of thing. And then it goes up the side of the house, got retaining walls, tiered retaining walls with different plants and flowers. Here's a new flower bed that we put in the fall. I think some sort of magnolia tree that we planted there. I'm not sure. The tree's there, but no plants or anything like that are there yet. So we gotta build that. And this is one of our showcase, what we consider to be our showcase flower bed. It's a large one right on the corner. So this street here, it's considered to be more of a side street. I guess you can't see it. We're up here at the top. And then right here is a main street. So we get a lot of traffic, a lot of view. People really see that one. So we try to do a lot with that. And up in here is another flower bed. Got a little path, goes here. I think it's a rock path with stepping stones. I think we may end up taking that out. I don't know yet, but we may. And here is a holly tree, and got some bulbs and stuff like that planted underneath that. So that is roughly the yard. So like I said, it's about 10,000 square feet a yard. This area here is about 3,000 square feet. We got about 1,200 here, and then along the side here, which is it's about 11 feet between the curb and the fence, and then 73 feet up to here. So that is roughly 800 square feet. And if you drew it like a dotted line here, so that front area there, that is about another 1,300 square feet. And if you were to draw a line here, up in here, this area, this front shaded area, that is roughly 1,500 square feet. The side of the house here is just under 800 square feet, and then 600 square feet here, and I don't even know what is down here. So that's the layout of the property. That's what it looks like. So now let's go outside and take a look at, and I'll give you a tour of everything. I'm going to tell you, it's ugly. It's February. It's ugly, but we'll get there. It's going to look amazing by the time we get to June 30th to our garden tour. Just can't wait to see it all. So let's head outside. All right, so here's one of our flower beds. I wish I would have got the before I cleaned it all out, but you know, I'm still new to this whole YouTube thing. So here it is. It's one of our bigger ones at the bottom of our driveway, bottom of our yard. And I just cleaned all the leaves out of it. Well, most of them anyway. And as you can see, it's cold. And you might be able to see the snow flurries a little bit. Right here, we had a large, I think it was actually 3 river birch trees that were kind of joined together there. They had died. So we had those taken out last fall, taken down, and then had the stumps ground out, brought some more dirt in, and planted some things. But give you an idea of one of them, I'm going to come out tomorrow with the lawnmower and pick up all these leaves with the lawnmower, and then just bag it up and take it off to the, I don't know what they call that place, or yard waste, that place. That's where we're going to take it. So that's that one. We got one over there by what we call our barn. This part of the yard here, I'll back up a little bit. This part of the yard here, that's roughly 3,000 square feet there. So it's a good piece. It gets full sun the whole time, except for when we get cuts underneath that big, huge oak tree over there. So, all right, I'm gonna see if I can look at some other ones. This is one. Well, I'm here. I'll show you this big flower bed we got here. It's on the back side of the house. That's our back patio there. But this big thing has a bunch of bushes and a couple of evergreen trees in it. And I think what we're going to do this year is we're going to rake up all this mulch that's left and put a bunch of rock in. And I think, too, right here, you see that downspout? We got some wash out there. I think we're going to do a little, I don't know what you would call it, like a creek bed type thing. So for the water to run off there and make it look a little better with some big rocks. That's going to be a project coming up pretty soon. So it's the ugly. Everything in Missouri is ugly this time of year. Hopefully the temperatures will warm up a bit, help us out. gonna rain next weekend. It's supposed to get tomorrow night, I think it's 3 to 6 inches of snow, and then get down into the single digits, maybe even 0 at night at some point. So, and then it starts to warm up a little bit next week, and rain next weekend. I hope to get the biostimulant pack down next weekend from the Next products, but we'll see how it goes. All right, I wanted to show you this too while I was down here. Basically from the street, let me see if I can get from like right about in there down the street. Here's the property line there. You can kind of tell the line, but there all the way back to that big leaf pile there, down around this tree here into the fence line, and kind of down the fence line too. That's where my big patch of Bermuda grass came in, had the invasion that I killed off last fall. So we threw down a little bit of seed there, and you can still see some of the straw there, I think. But it's pretty thin. Didn't work out too well. We planted the seed really late. So that's where I'm going to be throwing seed down this spring, hopefully in a couple weeks. All right, here's another area I want to show you. All along here. And we're going to go up the road here. On the outside of our fence here. Probably up to about that green line there, right up in there. That was all invaded by Bermuda grass too. So I sprayed all that too, and hopefully that comes back pretty good with the seed. But in here was probably the worst in the dog area. From all this whole bottom area up to, well, you can kind of see where the line is, where it grew up to, where it invaded. So that's got to be treated there too. Again, it's ugly. It's February. Well, actually it's March 1st in Missouri, and it's snowing. I'm going to head up to that flower bed here in a minute. I got to get all the leaves out of the fence line here. All right, so here's one of our, here's one of our showcase flower beds. It's right on the corner of the street here. We get a lot of traffic up and down this street here, so it's very visible, highly visible. Again, it's got a bunch of leaves in it. Got to take care of, because right where that tree is, there was another batch of large river birch trees that were dead. So we had to take out and get the stumps grounded out, bring dirt in, and plant some more stuff. I don't know about what any of these plants are. That's her job. That's her forte. So, but I got to get that cleaned up and give you an idea of our front yard here, the front half of it. This came in really, really thick this year. Turned out really nice. Had a few areas like right around here along the street where it wasn't all that great, but turned out really good here. So we got another flower bed there, another huge one over there by the front door. I'll show you that here in a little bit. Looking forward to it. That fence is kind of cool. It's not a real sturdy fence, I'll give you that, but it's a no-dig fence. There's a bunch of spikes I had to drive in the ground, and the poles pull right out. Thankfully, our dogs don't jump on the fence, so otherwise, if they did, I don't think it'd hold up very well. But it's pretty looking. It serves our purpose. All right, now I got to get to cleaning out some leaves. All right, got the leaves cleaned up pretty good. I'm just gonna leave them there on the ground. Like I said, I'm gonna mow tomorrow morning. Just bag them up. There's a little flower bed here. Got markers for a bunch of bulbs. And it looks like I got to clean this one out too. Be a real quick job. And we'll make our way down our path to the front door. There's a little rock path we put in last fall. I'm worried about not having any edging there on the one side. And you can see we put in some grass seed there. It's pretty thin. I'm not sure how it's going to come up, so I'm going to add some more grass seed there. This is another one of our showcase flower beds. One of our bigger ones. It's really neat. Had a good size weeping red bud there that it died too. So we had to take that out and dig it out. Thankfully we didn't have to have it grounded out, but so got some bushes there, little firewood pile there. And then on this side, got another flower bed with some bushes there. This is a really unique tree here. See if I can get back far enough so you can see it. My daughter calls it the dragon or the dinosaur. Monster of some sort anyway. Pretty neat. We really worked on this bed here. This is all shade here because this huge popular tulip tree. It's all shaded and it really needs to be cleaned out. But we put a path in here, you can kind of tell. Goes through it. When it gets cleaned up and get all the plants going and all the flowers, gets new flowers put in, it's really, really pretty. And then we'll turn around here. Another flower bed, another full shade flower bed. I think we're going to bring in more dirt there and get that all cleaned up. This is a new one we put in. Previously it stopped probably right where that owl is there and kind of curved around the tree. But we brought more dirt in and added this whole section here. Add more plants and flowers. Again, it all needs to be cleaned up. And coming down the side of the house. Don't look in the messy garage. Apologize for all the sniffling. It's cold out here. Nose is running. This area is going to take a lot of work. We need to redo this retaining wall, landscaping wall. That's a new tree, little tree we put in. Need to get some, again, redo the wall and put some either mulch or I think we're going to do rock around it. Mulch and rock. All the way down along. Whole thing needs to be redone. This side of the house is full sun. And I didn't realize until too late. And I lost most of it. And again, we tried to put in some seed late last fall. And it was just too late. Got a little retaining wall and then we got the pit. This is an area that needs a complete renovation. It's nothing but weeds. A lot of ruts. Where we parked our camper last fall and over the winter. But we need to completely, I'm going to spray all this, kill everything off, get a power rake, break everything up and see if I can get kind of leveled it out a little better, then reseed it. Hopefully it'll be good to go by the garden tour on June 30th. And that's basically the rest of it. That's our yard. Yeah, so check this out. Check this out. I really underestimated the number of leaves that were in this front flower bed here. Yeah, so I think instead of mowing and mulching them and bagging them, I think I'm just going to have to rake them up into bags and then take them to the yard waste area. That would just be too many bags. But there was a lot more than I expected. And I didn't get them all out either. It's quite a bit to go. Well, I got most of them. But we'll clean them out again when stuff dries out. And then we can just blow them out a lot easier. A lot of the leaves are really wet right now. So, that's my project for tomorrow.